Hey, what is up, y'all, and welcome back to another episode of Chess Mania. So, last episode we faced against an opponent with 100% accuracy, and we still held our ground for like 34 moves. So, we ended up losing that game in our first loss in the 5 series for our getting our ranking on chess.com. But let's go ahead and run back our fourth game. We're getting so close to getting our initial ranking, guys. I'm very excited for this. Let's see if we get either the white or the black pieces, and I can rain some knowledge on y'all. So we got the white pieces. I think I'm going to go again with the E4. Maybe go into the Roy Lopez, but something that's like more uh, quiet or like more not too sharp. So he plays the Scandinavian Defense, which is when you give up this pawn, but then you take the queen. Generally, the Scandinavian Defense is like maybe on the tad side dubious because of the way people play with it, but it's very aggressive opening for the beginning. I think what I'll do here is I'll move my bishop up, and then I'll probably move my knight to attack the queen afterwards. So he's trying to get this pawn right here, but I think that if I go here, it might help out with protecting this pawn, and then I can move my knight to get free development. So I actually believe that if he takes with this, I can take with the knight, so it's not too bad. So I'll just go ahead and get a free attack on the queen by developing this piece. So he ended up taking with his bishop. I'll go ahead and take with the queen, even though I think that I could have just taken his queen with the bishop. So that's not really the best. That was not the best defense. That game could have been over immediately, pretty much. He did another check on my king, so I'll go ahead and cover it with the knight and get some free development. And then probably the next move is for me to castle to give myself some protection. And then now he plays this move with on the knight, but this knight is already protected, so I think if I just move my rook out here, it's not that bad. But then I'm worried about him repositioning his bishop here so that he can have an attack here. But I mean, it's not that dangerous, and also I can just attack my queen on this pawn pretty much anytime I want. So I think I'll just move my rook here. No, actually, because if he attacks and then I attack with a knight, then he can take the rook. So that's called like a fossilized attack. I think instead what I will do is I will actually give myself my own. I mean, I'll give myself my own counterattack by attacking this piece, and it attacks both the bishop and the rook at the same time. And so now I think that we are basically just winning this. Just a second. Sorry about that. The Amazon Alexa started playing without any warning, so I think I'll go ahead and take this piece with the knight back again, and then I think we can just take the rook at any moment we want, pretty much. So let's see what the opponent does in response to this. He's playing really fast. It's our opponent from Vietnam, but I think he's just. I mean, this game could have been over almost immediately, but we kind of blundered our own chances with it. I think instead, what I might do is, what if I went here? He would move the king up, and then I can take here. But then my own queen would be not trapped, but it's not very comfortable. So I think maybe just taking and pinning this knight, and I can always come back if I want to, is decent. So I think I'll just go ahead and take this piece right here. He'll probably castle to try to get an attack on me, and then I will I'll go here so that then I can prop up my bishop to do an attack on the queen. Because then when the queen moves, then these two rooks will be connected. I'm being very unprincipled in this match. but I feel like this is a good example of like maybe how someone 1000 might play. We're already up in material, so all we need to do is play solidly. Once you have an advantage in a chess match, usually the best thing to do is to just play very solid for multiple moves. This just hung the knight, I believe. So I'll just take this knight for free. And see, this is what I mean. Like, he's losing material, and in response to that, he's just giving me more stuff to try to combat it. And I don't think that's really the play, because I can just kick. He has a very weak attack. He has one inactive piece, and then these two pieces are kind of on the edge of the board. Once you have a material advantage, what you really want to do is you want to play very solid. You don't want to make any room for your opponents to counterattack, because a lot of people, especially at this rating, they will get an advantage initially, but then they will start to slip what their advantage is. So this opponent, I think he's thinking that if I move my bishop, then he can attack with this, and then it'll be like a checkmate. But it's not a checkmate because I'm still defending it with the rook. So I think what I would like to do is to get rid of this pawn right here, or just try to force some kind of queen trade would also be pretty decent. So I think I will move right here and try to see if he'll trade queens with me, because once you have a material advantage, if you trade down, your chances of winning usually increase as well. Okay, so he did take, and I can just take with my knight, which gives me more development on my knight. I have this hulking knight in the center of the board now that's like outposted. He might be able to kick me with a pawn, but I mean, outside of that, it's not. He might win a free pawn out of me, but his prospects are just getting lower and lower by the second. And then if he takes this pawn right here, now I can move this here. And then if he might go for the pawn, in which case I can just back rank checkmate him right here. So he might go for the trade. Oh, he doesn't, so it's just GG. All right, guys. So that's our 4th win. That one was a little bit of a snooze fest. That one was kind of easy. So let me know what y'all think. We have one game left before our final rating. And once that happens, we can start going into like longer time formats. I'll probably be more serious about the games. I'll probably get into like more new theories, and then also maybe if you're lucky and I play as black, we can explore the ancient Shadow Garden technique, which I invented. It's never been played before in a competitive match, but it's a new opening variation line that I invented myself. So catch you later. Make sure to tune in for the next episode, and yeah, stay safe, everyone.